around so you can get a good look. This is the Viking, the Husqvarna by Viking. It is the Sapphire 830. And this is one of the books that comes with it, which is the user guide. And this is a pretty good size machine. This machine is pretty heavy. I'm going to show you just a few things. First of all, this is a computerized sewing machine. So I'm going to go ahead and show you. On the side is where you plug in the foot pedal. And also on the side is the on-off switch. So I plugged in my pedal. I also plugged the part into the wall, and then I have my foot pedal on the floor. Okay, so the first thing I want to show you on the Husqvarna Viking, and this is the Sapphire 830. Okay, first of all, it has a stitch guide, and when the stitch guide comes down and closes like this, and you open it up when you're sewing, and you can see all the stitches that the machine will do. Okay, let's just go ahead and see some of the features. So over on the side, this is the manual flywheel. You turn that towards you to lower the needle. Okay, so first of all, we went over this. This is the lid, and the lid has the stitch guide. And then number two, this is the pre-tension guide. The thread goes through here when you load. Hi there, Rizzy Glizzy. Hello, welcome to my channel. This is the spool pin, okay? And this is the way it's a horizontal spool pin. And then there's also a spool pin over here, which is called the auxiliary spool pin. Also over here, this is where you put your bobbin. This is your bobbin guide. Just like most machines, when you're winding your bobbin, you want to flip the lever over here. And this thread cutter is for you to cut your bobbin thread. Okay. Then this is our function button panel. Okay, first of all, this little button with the arrow, this is our reverse button. This is how you can go to go backwards to lock your stitches. Right up above it is a little button that says fix. Now that button, I believe, will tie off your thread, and you can use that if you are using decorative stitches, because you cannot go backwards on decorative stitches. Up above is a stop button, okay? So this button will stop the machine. Right here, we have presser foot down. This is presser foot up, and this is needle up and needle down. Okay, then over here, Bucket Bros. Hello, Bucket Bros. How are you doing? Yes, I can. I hope you're doing well tonight. And Lori, hi. Welcome to my channel. Tonight, we are talking about the Husqvarna Viking Sapphire 630. Okay, so this is your presser foot. This is your needle. This right here is your stitch plate. Your feed dogs are right here. That is what pulls your fabric. Right here, we see the button that you can raise or lower your feed dogs with, depending on the type of sewing you're doing. This is your button cover, and as you see, we have a drop-in bobbin on this machine. This little dial right here, this is where you can turn the dial to regulate your tension on your thread. Okay, then we go over here, and this is our control panel. And as you see, when the control panel lights up, it will show you which presser foot to use, depending on the stitch that you're doing. Let's see, I'm going to put it on number 1. We're using presser foot A. Our needle size is 80, and our stitch is a 2.5, and the width is 0.0. Now this, because this is a straight stitch, this is not a zigzag, so we do not have a width. So this right here will show you what you have. Right here, we see additional stitch buttons, and then down here, we see some of the decorative buttons. Some of the feet that this machine comes with. This is a sensor from what I read, and it helps you set up the button foot. The bobbins are green on the Husqvarna, and you always want to use the bobbins that come with your machine. Okay. Let's see, I'm going to go over some of the presser feet. First of all, this cover, I took this off of my machine, and this is a place where you can store your presser feet. Let me see if I can put my phone down. Okay, so there we go. This is a compartment you can store your presser feet in, and when you can use this tray at the top to store your extra bobbins. When you take the tray out, this is your accessory box, and when you take the accessory box off, you have a really skinny free arm, and that's so you can sew anything that's small, like a sleeve or a pant leg. So showing you some of the things that it will come with. Okay, first of all, let's see, this is a spool pin. Let's see. That's not called a spool pin. This is the cap that goes on your thread, and you want to put the cap on the thread depending if you're using a large spool of thread. Actually, I have 3 different spools. The large spool is on, this is the medium, and this is the small. So you use your spool depending on what size that you're using. Okay. Let's see. This is a little tool that comes, which I call it a hump jumper. And if you're sewing thick fabric, you can put this on the back of your sewing machine. You can just put it towards the back, so the back of your presser foot will be even with the front. Okay. We have, this is the zipper foot, and this is foot E. This is for putting zippers on. This is an embroidery or a darning foot. This is the brush that comes to clean out your sewing machine. And on each of the presser feet, you should be able to see the letter. Let's see. Let me see which one this is. This looks like utility. Let's see, that looks like this is the utility foot. And it says utility. No, that's not. Sorry, I want to make sure I get the right one. Okay. This is your buttonhole foot. It looks like it has a little finger sticking out of it. This is a non-stick foot, and that's for sewing like vinyl or even perhaps just something that's kind of sticky if you want some help for your presser foot to glide on it. Okay, this is what you call an edging foot, and all of these feet came with the sewing machine. And this is a blind hem foot. Okay, so that's just some of the feet that came with it. And we went over some of the functions. Again, this is the Husqvarna Sapphire by Viking. It is a computerized sewing machine, and it is number 830. This is a vintage sewing machine. At the time this machine was new, it would have been, I don't know, I'm going to guess $2,000 to $3,000. It came with this large cover. I bought this used. I paid $100 for it. And the lady I bought it from, she did furniture upholstery. And she did all of these decorative stitches and all of the straight stitches to show me that the machine was still in good working order. So this is just kind of an introduction to this machine. If you have any questions, or if you would like to know about more of the functions, because for instance, you can program this machine to do certain things. So just make a comment. Thank you for watching. And this is Nana with Sew It Seams. And we're talking about the Husqvarna by Viking. This is the Sapphire 830. Have a great night.